Welcome to the Blam DeathCakes show. I'm your host Holden, and today we'll be talking about the top 10 best superheroes of all time. We here at Blam DeathCakes have gone through everything. Blood, sweat, and tears, and even math to figure out the best superheroes of all time. 10 to be exact. And without further ado, let's get started. At number 10, we have Kyle Rayner, the Green Lantern of the 90s. Now, Green Lantern has always been an iconic superhero, from Alan Scott all the way to that guy with the gun. Now, we all know that the Green Lanterns are some of DC's best superheroes. They're usually part of the Green Lantern Corps, which was created by the Guardians of the Universe to ensure the protection of the galaxy. Each member of the Green Lantern Corps is given the Green Lantern Ring, which allows its wearer to turn its willpower into constructs beyond their wildest imaginations, which is usually just a baseball bat and boxing gloves. Now, I know what you're thinking. Kyle Rayner is the worst Green Lantern. Hal Jordan's a way better Green Lantern. But we here at Blam DeathCakes believe Kyle Rayner is the better one because he's a lot more interesting of a character. We have the whole backstory that he is the last Green Lantern. Also, the fact that he's an artist. So that means that his constructs are going to be a lot more thought-provoking than baseball gloves and boxing gloves. And plus, his girlfriend was shoved into a refrigerator, man. How would you like it if you come home one day from a hard day work, you want a cold beer, you open up the fridge, your girlfriend's in there. She's not there to give you a cold beer. She's there because she's dead. And she was stuffed in there by major force. That shit will scar you. And that tragedy will turn you into a good superhero. At number 9, we have the Fantastic Four. A group of 4 white people who got their start by doing cool things in space before they were bombarded with cosmic rays, turning them into the Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman, and the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. We chose the Fantastic Four because we believe that the Fantastic Four have a multitude of things within their characters. We have tragedy with the Thing being turned into a giant rock monster. We have a strong female character with Susan Storm. We also have comedy between Johnny Storm and the Thing. And we also have amazing sci-fi adventures with the team going up against some of the greatest supervillains through time and space. Now, one of the greatest things about the Fantastic Four is the fact that they're able to go through such turmoil and tragedy and come out at the end of it as a family and as together. Now, such turmoil and tragedy has come from the Fox Studios release of Fantastic a couple weeks ago. That movie has scored an 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's Catwoman bad, people. But if you want to hear more about a bad Fantastic Four movie, I also have a review for 1994's The Fantastic Four, which I'll leave a link in the description below. At number 8, we have Deadpool, the Merc with the Mouth himself, Wade Wilson. Now, for some people who aren't familiar with Deadpool, he actually went through the same program that Wolverine went through, the Weapon X program. Except these experiments turned him completely insane, and everybody hates him. That's the reason he's called the Merc with the Mouth. He's so insane that he just will not shut up. And that's precisely why we picked him. He has all of the training and skills of a super ninja assassin, but he's got the personality of a Bugs Bunny character. And that's why we put him on this list, because we think that he is such a unique character. I mean, there's nobody else in the comic book world like him. And plus, he's got a sweet outfit. At 7, we have Black Panther, T'Challa, King of Wakanda, as well as its only superhero. So take that back, man. You think running a city is hard? Try a whole country, man. But that's not the only reason we chose Black Panther. He's also one of the 8 smartest people in the Marvel Universe. He's an expert in hand-to-hand combat, and he also was able to use that skill to put Silver Surfer into an arm lock. And I mean, who puts Silver Surfer in an arm lock? He also was able to come together with Storm to create one of Marvel Universe's most enduring power couples. So take that, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie! At number 6, we have Captain America, throwing his mighty shield. Now, Captain America debuted in the 1940s, punching Hitler straight in his jaw. Now, for that alone, he deserves to be on this list. In more recent years, he's been a mainstay within the Marvel Universe, being a key member of the Avengers, leading them into battle at times. But at home, he has to deal with the fact that he is a man out of time. He has to deal with the fact that he's in a modern world that has technological advances he couldn't think of, like a cell phone, or like a TV, or like Twitter, or like the Kardashians. At number 5, we have Wonder Woman! Tall, beautiful Amazonian warrior from Themyscira, Wonder Woman is a badass character who came to America with the intent on kicking ass and chewing bubblegum, but she ran out of bubblegum real quick. Having a wide variety of villains such as Ares, the god of war, Giganta, and Cheetah, Wonder Woman has even had the ability to go toe-to-toe with Superman and beat him on multiple occasions. And she doesn't cry when it comes to breaking necks. Along with Batman and Superman, she is a key member of the Justice League, and by far is the best female superhero of all time. At number 4, we're giving this spot to Wolverine. Now, he gets this because he is the epitome of what an anti-hero should be. He's got the claws and the attitude to match the hyper-violence that came from that era. And he also has that sweet yellow Wolverine costume. Now, that costume does yell. Yeah, I'm wearing yellow. But what are you going to do about it? Another reason we added Wolverine on this list, not because of those sweet mutton chops, but because of his tragic background. Now, he was experimented on by evil Canadians who gave him those sweet adamantium claws, but also gave him missing memories, which still haunts him to this day as he never truly understands who he is. But that doesn't stop him from using those claws to claw his way through his enemies and also claw his way to our hearts. We're getting down to the wire here with our number 3 pick. It's the Man of Steel, the Man of Tomorrow, the last son of Krypton. He's more powerful than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet. He can leap tall buildings in a single bound, pretty much because he can fly. And he's often mistaken for a bird and a plane. That's right, kids. It's Superman. We all know and love Superman, and you don't need me to tell you his origin story. But I'm gonna do it anyways. Shot into space by his mother and father on the dying planet of Krypton. He was quickly landed in Kansas and was adopted by Jonathan and Martha Kent, where they taught him the morals of truth, justice, and the American way. The reasons that he's on our list are obvious. I mean, he's an iconic superhero, iconic costume, iconic villain in Lex Luthor, one of the greatest villains of all time. And also, he's got an iconic set of powers. I mean, who wouldn't want to have Superman's powers? Plus, he's got that sweet spit curl. It's magnificent. Look at it. Respect it. He is vengeance. He is the Knight. He's the world's greatest detective. He is the Dark Knight. And he is the Caped Crusader. At number 2, that's right, we're talking about Batman. And unlike most people on this list, he does it without superpowers. Imagine a little boy in an alleyway as he has just watched his parents gunned down in front of him. From that moment on, he vows vengeance against all forms of crime. That's right, people. Batman's superpowers are the fact that he is so distraught that he can go toe-to-toe with alien demigods like Darkseid. But then has trouble with people like the Riddler. You know why we put him on this list, people? Because he's Batman. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. At number 1 on our greatest superheroes of all time list. The greatest superhero of all time is Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. After being bitten by a radioactive spider, Peter Parker gains the proportionate abilities of a spider. But instead of using these powers for good, he uses them for personal gain and joins a local wrestling group where he fails to stop a robber. And that robber comes back to bite him as that robber kills his beloved Uncle Ben. And in that last moment, Uncle Ben bestows on Peter the final lesson that he needs to become Spider-Man. And that is that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. I mean, the reason we put Spider-Man on this list is because he's got the whole package. He's got a great rogues gallery with Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Venom, Rocket Racer, and Big Wheel, and many, many more. He's also got some of the greatest supporting characters of all time, with Mary Jane, Aunt May, J. Jonah Jameson. Nobody compares to his supporting cast. And I mean, Spider-Man's just classic. They've always brought him back to that sweet blue and red costume, and he's never had to be reinvented. So this concludes our top 10 comic book superheroes list. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you like it or did you think it was garbage? Just make sure to let me know. And also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video and any other videos. Or whatever. I mean, it's a free world. You can do whatever you want. But my name's Holden, and this has been the Blam DeathCakes Show.